Fusion 360 pro tip. You might be programming the feed rate on small holes incorrectly. Let me show you why. If you haven't already, I would highly recommend you watch Hawes's tip of the day video from 4 years back. It says, your feed rate is wrong. And in this video, Mark Terryberry goes over the math and geometry behind why using a large end mill, for example, in a small hole might be programmed with a very incorrect feed rate. And I want to go over that and show you in a real-world example and toolpath what's going on and how to account for it. I have here a part that has a hole that is 0.65 inches in diameter, and I really want to use a 1/2 inch end mill to interpolate it. Now, if I go into my toolpath, under passes, I am using a compensation type of where. Another common one would be in computer. Both of those options are going to make a toolpath based off of the center of the tool. This video does not apply if you're using in control or off. If I go over to my tool tab in this toolpath, I see that Fusion's, if I go to aluminum finishing, that's its default feed rate, but this could be any feed rate that you find on online calculator or a list online of feed rates for a given diameter of end mill. It's going to say something like, in this case, 159 inches per minute. Now, if you're a machinist and you're experienced, you know that using a 1/2 inch end mill in a 0.65 inch hole and feeding it at 159 inches a minute does not sound right. It's going to go in that hole and whip around the circle really fast and come on out. Your hole is going to be at least faceted, if not look like trash. And your tool might be worse for the wear as well. The reason is this feed rate is actually for the programmed tool path, which in this case is a much smaller circle than what we're actually cutting. Hawes's video goes over that really well, but let me show you the fix. If I go to my Excel spreadsheet that I made a calculator for this very problem, let me show you what I have. I have a hole diameter of 0.65 inches. I have a tool diameter of 0.5 inches. And my supposed feed rate that I'm told I should use is 159 inches per minute. But based off of the math that Hawes goes over in their video, and they explain why we're cutting with the edge of our tool, but we're programming off of the center of our tool, our feed rate is wrong. So our new feed rate actually should be, in this case, about 36 inches per minute. Now, up in the formula here, you can look this over. You can copy this and make it your own. Make your own calculator. I would highly recommend it. This is very useful. But we're doing a little bit of math that Hawes's video goes over. So don't just copy this. You can watch their video and figure out the actual math behind this problem. So now I know that the feed rate that I should be using is about 36 inches per minute on this hole, not 159. So I'm going to go back to my toolpath, tool tab, and my cutting feed rate, I'm going to make it 36 now. It looks like it already did it for me because I had entered that in earlier. Let me just go through that process properly. If I was on aluminum finishing, my cut feed rate is about 159 inches a minute. I need to change this to 36 inches a minute. And be careful, make sure that your other feed rates also update. My lead-in feed rate did not automatically update. I need to make that, in this case, I'll make it the same, 36 inches a minute. Same with my lead out. Transition feed rate, in this case, I have one hole. It's not going to be all that important, but if I had a whole bunch and I was just leading between them, or features that I was leading between, I would want my transition feed rate quite a lot higher. So make sure that your feed rates are correct for small features. I think that's all I have for you guys. I hope you're doing really well. Have a good day.